Happy New York Thursday. This is the Let's Go Mets podcast, episode 5. We're going to be talking about the 2015 New York Mets. I am your host, Sam Wu, here to talk about New York Mets baseball, all powered by Nova Product Design from Primetime Radio, simulcasting on the Primetime Radio Network, made available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts. Streaming live on Facebook Live, facebook.com/Let's Go Mets Podcast, at Let's Go Mets Pod on Twitter, Periscope, and on YouTube Live. So my wife today told me about it was Happy Harvey Day 5 years ago. Happy Harvey Day. And boy, have things changed since 2015. The 2015 New York Mets, the lovable Mets, the comeback Mets. So I figured, hey, let's start with those Mets. Terry Collins as the manager. There was some talk about him being on the hot seat. Spring training, Matt Harvey coming back after a wonderful 2013 season. And obviously with Matt Harvey, he got picked on in the media sometimes. Some of it his fault, some of it is not. I remember that interview with Dan Patrick about Qualcomm. That was funny. But going into the 2015 season, the New York Mets, well, let's just say our expectations were maybe they're just going to get some traction. And it was Happy Harvey Day, seeing Matt Harvey after Tommy John surgery, getting to start. The crowd, the Dark Knight rises. He's back. Remember that? Those are some good times. The roar of the Citi Field crowd, just let's go Harvey, all that was great. And then the Mets season, it was okay. It was okay. It was definitely better than the past. Daniel Murphy, all these players, all these young players that you hear about in the minors, like Noah Syndergaard, Steven Matz. Remember the Let's Go Matz? Remember him just doing it all in his debut at Citi Field? That was great. But fast forward to our good friend and forever Met, I don't care where he is, Wilmer Flores. That was the turning point. The turning point in 2015 that we're going to be talking about for years to come, because that moment when he heard rumors that he was about to be traded, Wilmer Flores, as a 16-year-old, had always been a New York Met to that point, finally getting his chance in the majors. Now, by the way, remember Wilmer Flores at shortstop? Remember that, Mets fans? Remember the controversy about that, on Sports Talk Radio? But Wilma? Why are you putting in Wilma at shortstop? Let me tell you something. The guy put it all on the line, and he did what he was told to do and took it for the team. He is a true New York Met. He played with heart. He was a pretty good ball player. Young ball player in that situation. They put him at shortstop. And now he's about to be traded for Carlos Gomez. Now, if you remember that year in 2015, comedian Jim Brewer, was putting out all these videos, the aftermath, where he's just like taking his phone, 911, Lagares, taking his phone and doing that. And I mean, every night I would tune in to Jim Brewer's, short videos, Facebook Live, and just go crazy. Like, I'd watch the game, and the next thing I would just get on my phone and watch Brewer just go. That was awesome. So let's get back to Wilmer Flores. Wilma! And, of course, the great work at SNY, Gary Cohen, Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez were just like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Like, why is he still out there? But, I can't imagine what it was like for Wilmer Flores to be out there in the 8th inning, knowing that this is his last time being a New York Met, or he thought so. And eventually he got pulled from the game, and I salute all of you Mets fans giving a standing ovation because you knew he wanted to be a New York Met. I mean, he is a true New York Met. But guess what? He didn't get traded. He did not get traded. And you can't even script it the next game. And now Wilmer Flores comes up to the bat and hits a game-winning home run in Citi Field after all the theatrics. After all that. And then from then on, the legend of Wilmer Flores, anytime he comes up to bat, whether he's in a Mets uniform or another Major League Baseball uniform, we love Wilmer. And then Cespedes comes to the New York Mets. And boy, did he just get hot. He got hot. And the Mets started to get hot down the stretch. Hitting home runs, great pitching. And as what Jim Brewer would say, La Familia! Remember those days when he could close out games? Still gave you a heart attack at times. I mean, that was the best. And you started to believe, you started to believe in these New York Mets, the 2015 New York Mets. And that pitching rotation. And remember the controversy with Harvey? It's like, I can't pitch every 6 days. I'm not. There are times where I just, Matt, just shut up. Just shut up. Just pitch. Right? But he was a bulldog. He always wanted the ball. Sometimes you just don't want to hold back the beast. But you know what? It's a team game. DeGrom was pitching well. Matz was pitching well. Matz could bat. Syndergaard, a 99 mile per hour fastball. The 92 mile per hour slider. And Bartolo Colon. Remember Bartolo? Hitting home runs. Or a home run. I think that was the 2015 season. I believe so. In San Diego. Got to do my homework before I do this podcast. And that trot around first base, second base, third base, and then the Mets dugout cleared out. It was awesome. Awesome. And now down the stretch, the Mets, a playoff berth. beating the Nationals. Remember that? Those games? It was awesome. It was awesome. And don't forget Michael Conforto, and they're just bringing up all these young kids. Amazing. The amazing Mets. And you got that feeling that we got a shot. And here we are playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. I went to one game, and it was just awesome. They gave out towels, and the Mets announcer, I forgot who the Mets announcer, I forgot his name. And they're playing Van Halen right now. And they're playing, you hear the piano, and then he's announcing the 2015 National League East champions. I think that's what he said. Your New York Mets. And the crowd's waving their towels. Yeah! Yeah! Electric atmosphere. Absolutely electric. So it was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And don't you forget, I still, to this day, hate Chase Utley. That I'm telling you, Ruben Tejada, I felt so bad for him. But man, to this day, I am still pissed off about it. Let me ask you, Facebook Live, Twitter Periscope, YouTube Live, are you still pissed off about that incident? Like right now, Utley's retired. I believe he's with the Los Angeles Dodgers organization, if I'm not mistaken. He's always been a Met killer. But like even to this day, I just hope one of our pitchers, when he's in the stand, just throws a wild pitch and hits him. Of course, you don't want to seriously injure the guy. I'm figuratively speaking, but not really. Anyway. I'm still pissed off about it. Let me know if you're still pissed off about that incident, because I'll never let that go. You just injured our shortstop. But nevertheless, the Mets, the 2015 New York Mets, they figured a way. And by the way, a couple years later, it comes out that leaked video of Terry Collins mic'd up with the umpire. How awesome was that? When Noah Syndergaard, I don't know what he threw. It's like, what's up with these Mets pitchers? Sean Estes against Roger Clemens, Noah Syndergaard. Like, can you not hit a batter? Can you not? You got to hit the guy. You got to send a message. I mean, come on. It's like, how do you guys miss? I don't even know how you hit the strike zone, but you miss when you're trying to hit the batter. That's the one gripe I have about the New York Mets and their history is like anytime you want to bean somebody, they can't even do it. Even when it's like, it's not even it's like it allowed, but like it's understandable and you want to hit the guy, you don't even do it. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So the Mets get by the Dodgers. Then they're playing the Cubbies. At that time, they hadn't won it since, 1909, 1908. I don't know. It was a long time ago, and Daniel Murphy was on fire. It's like, yeah, you could throw anything at him. Heck, you could throw him a 58-foot, sinker, and he still hit a home run. He was just on fire, Daniel Murphy. And my goodness, I just wish we never let him go. Never let him go. I mean, David Wright, we didn't know at the time, but we sort of did that, injuries were catching up to him. And then, that pre-existing condition, that spinal, I forgot what it's called. But, yeah, Daniel Murphy was on fire. I mean, the Mets owned the Cubbies. And obviously, I don't want to even talk about that ninth inning against the Kansas City Royals. It'll be the biggest debate for years. Had Matt Harvey not gone out of that ninth inning. Could Familia have saved it? I mean, we'll never know. But when he came out of that ninth inning, he was sprinting out there. I think he gassed himself just by sprinting out there. I don't know if anybody noticed that. But I was one of those, Mets fans like, come on, Terry, keep him out there. You can't let him out now. And then after he, walk is up ahead and suddenly the game's tied, it's like, oh, Harvey, you should have never gone out there. But anyway. But I love the 2015 New York Mets. I'm hoping that with today's Mets, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, and hopefully Edwin Diaz can, get guys out. I'm hoping that they can bring us back to that World Series glory and get back there. I'm hoping so. But I will never forget Wilmer Flores, what it meant to be a New York Met, and you got to love those guys. It's not about money. It's about being a New York Met. Well, I hope you enjoyed episode 5, talking the 2015 New York Mets. Podcasts will be made available in the next couple hours. Till next time, Mets fans, let's go Mets!